What's going on, guys? I recently got a question from someone asking me whether it makes sense to learn Webpack or if there's like any value in setting up the Webpack configuration from scratch. And in this video, let's talk about it. So the answer to the question is it depends, but most probably not. So let me just explain. Let's just imagine the following scenario. Let's just say you inherit like a code base, and this code base contains like some Webpack configuration. So in that case, well, you probably have no choice but to dig into Webpack and to learn and understand how it works, because otherwise you can't fix the build. But the mere fact that you are doing that is already kind of like not a good indicator. Let's just put it like that. Because most of the time, in my experience, you can get away with the standard Webpack configuration that you get from Create React App or Vue-CLI. So there's like no reason, most of the time, or in pretty much all cases, to just mess with the build configuration, but you can just take like whatever has been pre-configured. And I would also recommend to just do it like this, because the thing is, once you start ejecting like something like Create React App, or once you start modifying these kind of things, you will be tempted to modify the build more and more and more. And you will have a lot of problems updating like your Create React App or your Vue-CLI to the latest version, because now all of a sudden you have a Webpack build which you now need to manage. And remember, we don't want to manage Webpack builds. Like what we want is we want to reduce cost or to increase revenue. And for that, we should try to avoid things, or we should try to avoid additional technical complexity if we can. And that's why I would just say, if you don't absolutely need it, because there's like a custom Webpack configuration, I would not do it. Because the thing is, these tools, like they also change all the time, you know? So if you just read through the docs a little bit, it might be interesting, but you know, to really understand Webpack, you need like hands-on experience. But I would just not recommend tweaking like the Webpack configuration. And also, maybe look at it like this. If you know a lot about Webpack, you will be more tempted to modify the Webpack configuration. And that's like an issue, because, you know, people come and leave all the time, like in a company. And a lot of people don't know how Webpack works. So it's just a much higher, or much steeper learning curve that they will have because like the configuration was modified. So if you can somehow get away with the default configuration, I would just do that. And in the time that you save, like while not messing around with the Webpack configuration, you can do something else, right? Or if you do it as a private project, maybe build a clone of a particular site, you know, and put it on your portfolio. Also got a video about that, by the way, if you're interested in how to build and maintain portfolios. Yeah, so that's it pretty much. That's my take on custom Webpack configurations. Please try to avoid them as much as possible. Think about that software has a life cycle, and that code is more often read than it's actually written. And think about that it will be a pain to maintain once a new version of, say, Vue-CLI or Create React App or whatever you're using comes out. So that's why I would say try to stay away from it and maybe do something else. But yeah, maybe you've made good experience with that. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @productioncoder. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.